back to Bucket List Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. So I was going to start filming when I got to the thing I wanted to show you today, and then I got thinking I should be filming some of this anyway that I'm doing today because I had mentioned it weeks and months ago. So it's about seed saving. And I'm finally getting to all my seeds that I've been drying. All my herbs, look in the window. They're all gone. It's just the baskets. I don't know if you can see them there on the end, way over there. They're just hanging. I finally got all my herbs. And do you want to see this? Really, I was really down on myself thinking I didn't do so great with my garden this year. But I need to kind of give myself a little bit of grace. Wait till you see what I got from my herb garden. All of this, I grew each and every single thing that is in these jars. And I'm going to add them up here in a minute, just a rough estimate. This is actually my garlic that I just powdered. So I grew all of this, all these jars. And a lot of these, like the basil and some of the oregano and stuff, I've already used now for the last month or two. And I've just topped them up again. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of slack and say, Lynn, yeah, obviously had a lot of success. So that is pretty cool that I grew all that. So I am saving my zinnia seeds. And I had mentioned earlier when we were putting, like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, when we were still harvesting from the garden, how to do it. Well, I thought I'd show you. So I brought them all in when they were still colors. So I would remember what colors they were, though truthfully, I don't really care what colors they are. I loved every color, but it's nice to have a rainbow of them in your garden. And I started saving them, and I thought, well, maybe I should show my friends what it looks like. In this plate, these are from only, believe it or not, about 4 or 5 of this size zinnias. And this is what they all look like, and this is more of them in here, different colors. This is like only, I think it's maybe 4. So that's, I mean, there's some petals in here too that I'm not going to worry about. But those are all the seeds. So all you're doing is, because this is still the same color, I just pop off the head and the seeds are actually right there. Those are the zinnia seeds. Can you see them? Is my camera focusing? So I'm just going to get these into envelopes, mark what colors they are, and get them put away in my seed boxes for the year. It looks like I have a few more pink ones here. I guess they were my favorite. So, yep, just pop it off. There's the seeds. And like I said, I'm not worrying about, the petals are nice and dry, so I'm not worrying about that. But I do think I'm going to need much bigger bags. And I saw Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead put her seeds in the freezer. And because she said, like, a lot of them, you know, they need to be kept cold in order to germinate. And I did not know that. Our house isn't, like, very hot in the winter. Like, my husband is like a human furnace, so it takes a lot to make him cold. And it's just Grace and I, for the most part, home during the day. So we just tend to, if we're not in the kitchen, we're in the living room where the fireplace is. So the house isn't really, really warm, but I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't just, if I have room, I might have to wait till we have some more room, but I can certainly put them in a colder place in my house, maybe up in my bedroom. So they will do well for me next year. So I don't think I have any paper. Oh wait, I do have some paper sacks. I think I'm going to put them in that. Because the little envelopes I have is not going to hold all these. Friends, I am going to have more than enough zinnias than I need next year. I'm hoping to sell some seeds actually. Some seeds and maybe even some starts of these. Won't they be fun to start in the winter? So, okay, so I'm going to get these into a paper bag, finish the rest of them, and then we can get on to one of the things I wanted to show you today. I am breaking down my last 2 pumpkins. I didn't grow these, unfortunately. I got these from a local farm. These is porcelain doll pumpkin, and it's got a bunch of different names. I thought this was a blue Hubbard. The other day I can't even pronounce it. I'll put it down here and below me, the name of it, from Australia, but I'm pretty sure it's a blue Hubbard. These are both great roasting, baking pumpkins, like fabulous. The flavor is amazing. I also got them because I got them for a steal. I want the seeds out of them so I can dry them out and save them for next year so I can grow my own. I definitely love this porcelain doll one, and I love the blue Hubbards. Fortunately, the one I had last year, I waited too long to break it down, and it was rotten all inside. And let me tell you, you've never smelled anything as awful as a rotten blue Hubbard pumpkin. It literally smelled like decaying body. It was terrible, like really bad. Not that I know what a decaying body smells like, but you know, like rotten meat, like that. It was awful. So it was heartbroken. I had to check it. So this year, I'm pretty sure it's not rotten, but then again, the one I had last year didn't look rotten. So fingers crossed when we are cut into that, that's going to look okay. So yeah, so I'm going to get those roasted today. And I'm a little bummed because one of the things I wanted with pressure canning to do was pressure can pumpkin puree. So I didn't always have to freeze it. Well, come to find out, it's not recommended for home canners because we just cannot get the pressure or the temperature it needs to be because it's so dense. So I am going to freeze it just like I've always done. And just, you know, I know you can can it in cubes and then puree it when you need it, but I'm starting to run lower on jars and I still have some things I want to can. I still have my salsa to do, and I still have, I have some meats and things I want to can. And for the last couple of weeks, I've actually been marking down everything I want to do on certain days, and I'm only picking a couple of things at a time, and I'm finding it's helping me get from getting overwhelmed. It's helping me get things done, and I feel so much more accomplished. So the last few days have been fun days. I've been doing a lot of crafting. Hopefully I finish that today so I can get my table back because we haven't been eating at the table, and I don't like that. I like when we eat at the table. So yeah, I'm hoping to, quite frankly, whatever I don't get done today, I'm not getting done. So that's just it. So yeah, so this has been really helpful, I'm finding. I actually put my meal too, what I'm planning for supper, on the same day. And that helps a lot. So I've just been really busy between making things for our home, and I've been blessed enough to be able to sell some things that I've been making to help, you know, for Christmas and things. So that's been keeping me busy. So yeah, all right, I'm going to finish these seeds and then we will get to getting those pumpkins ready. Seeds are all done. Oh, that is a relief to get that off my list. Other than the seeds I'm going to be saving from the pumpkins here in a few minutes. But I think I have more and then there's another one of these. That is the, oh my gosh, I just lost my mind what those are. Zinnias. This is all calendula petals, and I did this twice before I did this pile. My calendula was amazing this year, and I've also saved quite a pile of seeds for my calendula. So, pumpkin time. Now, I'm starting with this one because that other one I think is going to be really hard for me to cut. This one might even be. And David's on his way home, so I know he can help me with that. That seems to be better. So, all right, let's see if I can cut these. So I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna try, wow, these are tough. Cut right down one of the grooves here on the pumpkin. You're gonna want a really sharp knife for this. And here we go. It's okay, go by. Gracie feels like she's photobombing a lot of the videos lately. Is it photobomb if it's a video? I guess it's video bomb. And I think I see the shadows of our car pulling into the driveway. So he might be just in time to help. It doesn't smell rotted like last year's, so hopefully that's good. And then I'm gonna go on this side. So I'm going to cut them in half. I've got 2 cookie sheets ready with some parchment right here, and I'm going to put them face up. This really helps get a lot of the moisture because you want as much moisture as you can to get baked out of these. And can I just say, it is November 10th today? Yes, the 10th. And we are back to very abnormal temperatures. I have laundry outside drying. Our heat is not on, and it's very warm again. So yeah, it's crazy. but it's been the year of crazy weather. So why should the end of the year be any different? Okay. And there he is. Hopefully I can get him to help me with this now that he's home. Yeah, I'm going to get him to help. Just 1 second. So David's going to take over for me. I'm just trying to cut it and break it in half so I can kind of pull it open. I got two cut here, but that sucker is tough. And you can see the water coming out of him already. He's still in his uniform. He just literally walked in the door. But he brought me home some brown paper bags. That's what I'm going to be putting my seeds in here that I have to put them away for the season. Look how yellow. That's how yellow that blue Hubbard squash is. Isn't that beautiful? Yay! Wow. And it's not rotted. So, I've mentioned this before, but I just use coffee filters to put my seeds on to dry. And I write on the coffee table what the seed is. And I gotta get a spoon. But it smells good. It doesn't smell rotted at all. So, okay, I got all the seeds of the blue one, and I will put those into a bowl and rinse all the goo and everything off and then dry them on the coffee filters. But I showed this last year when I made my pumpkin butter. I'll link that down. It'll be at the end of I'll link it here somewhere at the end, maybe of the video. And I showed this tip. I just use an old canning lid, and especially for this size, it's just perfect. And it scrapes out all the little stringy pieces perfectly. And you can really get in there. I mean, I find it better than a spoon. Spoon's good for getting out the seeds. But all these stringy parts that I don't want. Here we go. So, cut side up. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. And then we'll cut the pumpkin, the pink pumpkin. Oh, wow. All done. So I've got the one and the one. I have a double oven, so one's in the top and this one's going in the bottom. And all the goo that I save, I actually give it to the chickens. They love it. It's great for them. It's a natural dewormer, actually. So just a little tidbit of information. So I'll definitely take that bucket out to them. So these are going to go in the oven a couple hours. The pumpkin seeds rinsed off as best I could. I'm not too worried about these little pieces. They will dry. And I just put a little pea on each one. The pink one had a lot more seeds in it. To let me know that's the pink porcelain doll pumpkin. And then over here, I just put a bee to remind me that's the blue pumpkin. So it has been about 2 hours. And I just wanted to show you, the blue pumpkin is definitely done. And look at the amount of water that's in here. I hope you can see that. So that's why we do this flesh side up. I'm going to pour that out. And the best way to tell it's done, I mean, other than it's getting a little brown, fork goes right in, no problem. So I got to get out the other one, and we'll let them, I'll drain the water off, and we're going to let them cool, and then we'll get them pureed up. Okay, so I've already started pureeing, but this is really easy. You just scoop out what you can without any of the peeling. Put it in a blender and blend it. That's it. The chickens will get this too. They already got the innards, so now they'll get some of this baked stuff, but they won't get that till tomorrow because it's dark here now. And that's all there is to it. So these are what I'm putting mine in. It's still warm, so I'm not putting the lid on. I got these off of Amazon. They're freezer safe, dishwasher safe, fridge safe. They're great. They come with lids. I got them in this size and in that size. I will link them down in the description box. These are great. I've reused many of these now. I bought them over a year ago. I've had beef stock in them. I've had pumpkin puree, lemon juice, black beans, like anything I needed to freeze. These are great. And it frees up my mason jars, which I'm not crazy about freezing things in my mason jars, so, or anything glass for that matter. So I'm going to finish pureeing this up. We will get the rest of them pureed and we'll come back and see how many we get, how much we get. Okay, first I realized my mistake. I was starting to put the puree in these. I dropped a lid. In these, and after David helped me write the names, because what I'm doing is I'm separating the porcelain doll pumpkin from the blue Hubbard pumpkin, because I want to see which one, if there's any difference in flavor. Supposedly the blue Hubbard is supposed to be one of the best for pies and stuff, so I wanted to see, so that's why I took the time to separate them. I even washed my blender out in between, so there was no cross-contamination. Anyway, I realized I made a mistake, but too late. After David, luckily it rubs off pretty good. I don't want this much pumpkin puree. This is probably about 2 cups, I think. And most recipes are only about a cup of pumpkin that I use anyway. So I'm like, no, if I put them all in this, that's half pumpkin that I'm going to either have to use really quick or it's going to go bad. That defeats the purpose. So I took them all out and I put them in the smaller ones. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of the porcelain doll pumpkins and 5 of the blue Hubbard, obviously, because the blue Hubbard was smaller. Blue Hubbard, hands down, was easier to scoop out. They're practically still whole. I'll show you. And then you can see with the porcelain, that's the porcelain doll pumpkin. And these, I mean, I played with them a little bit so they fell, but while I was scooping them out, they stayed apart pretty good. So that was nice. So what did I pay for? I paid, I think it was $5 for the porcelain doll pumpkin. I think the same for the blue Hubbard. I think they're both $5 each. But I also got, I mean, look at the amount of seeds. This is from the porcelain doll. So this plate and that plate, that's a lot of seeds. So I got those seeds, and you figure seeds are, you know, depending on who you get them from. I did order a few seeds from M.I. Gardener because they had 50% off sales. I got them for $1, and it was seeds I did not have. I'm very careful about what I'm buying for seeds next year. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. And then I got a whole nother plate over here full of the blue Hubbard squash. So a can of pumpkin right now, organic pumpkin puree, is anywhere between $6 and $7, depending on where you find it. I think I did pretty good. So to buy, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15 cans of organic pumpkin, we'll give it a rough estimate, let's say $5, but it's more than 5, but we'll say 5. That adds up to $75 if I bought all this pumpkin puree in a can. It cost me $10. I'm not even counting the cost of the containers because I bought them over a year ago and I've reused them already a couple of times. So, and I got seeds. So you add in what? Oh my Lord, that would be, I'd say at least 5 packages a plate. So 5, 10, 15, 15 packs of pumpkin seeds, all for $10. High five for Lynn. So, I also told you in the beginning, I did a rough estimate of all those spices I did, the herbs I grew. I'm going to say $5, and those are for little jars. Most of my jars are twice as big, if not 3 times as big as what I'm going to buy. So this is an organic brand that I buy. I took the label off. This was basil, and I washed it. Now it's holding some Old Spice. I love the jars. They fit in my spice holder there really well, so that's why I try and reuse them. They're glass. This is organic, as I said. This was over $7. Most of the jars what I have saved will refill this several times. So I don't even know if I can figure out. But if I said $5 a piece, that was over $100 worth of spices sitting on my counter. And I know it's more than that because, like I said, I can refill this. If I could take the time to sit down and think how many times I could refill, I know I'm looking into the hundreds that I saved growing all that. And it's not just money. I love my herb garden. It is one of my favorite parts of my garden. It smells wonderful. It always looks amazing and usually never lets me down. I love it. So I am pretty happy that my herb garden, A+ for my herb garden this year. So folks, and I just have to get my calendula into a jar, and that's all the stuff off my to-do list today. Another high fives for Lynn. That's it, folks. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Another way you can help my channel, easiest way to do it besides the thumbs up, which is very, very important, by the way. Those thumbs ups means a lot. Till then, folks, take care, God bless, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video.